Hey guys, it's Shuana. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking about my bronzers. So I'm going to share with you my bronzer collection. It is very tiny compared to other things in my collection that I have a lot of. I think that is like the least things I own, bronzers. I don't own many bronzers at all. I actually discovered my first bronzer for my skin tone this year. I used to use like a contour or like like a different, like an eyeshadow as a bronzer or something, just because it is so hard to find a bronzer for deeper skin tones or tan skin tones. But this year I discovered a bronzer, and then all of a sudden I started discovering all these bronzers, and I am on a hunt for more. So I'm going to share with you 7 bronzers that I own and tell you what I like and what I don't like and what I recommend or not. So without further ado, let's jump in. So my favorite bronzer of all time is, it used to be something else, which I'll show you next, but it's this one. This is the Becca Sunlit Bronzer in the shade Ipanema Sun. It is so beautiful. This is the packaging, and I open it, there's a mirror, and that is the shade there. This is a beautiful bronzer. I've spoken about this a lot in my recent videos. I've used this in tutorials, in my favorites I've mentioned it. It is a very beautiful bronzer. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see it on my makeup of the days. I really like it. It is a bronzer with a sheen. It is not matte, but it's not glittery or very shiny. So that's why I really like it. I love the bronzer. It is a beautiful shade. It's more of a warm tone, but not very orange. I really like this. This is my all-time favorite bronzer, and I highly recommend everyone going to pick this up. If you are lighter, there are 3 other lighter shades. This is the darkest one, and there is a shade for everyone. Bronzed Bondi is a very beautiful shade if you wanted to get that one, if you're a little bit lighter than me. But if you're my shade or darker, I would go with Ipanema Sun. And thank you to Laura, my friend, who gave this to me. She actually ordered the wrong shade and it was too dark for her, so she passed it on to me, and now it's my favorite bronzer. Absolutely love it. Highly recommend it. By the way, I'm only talking about my single bronzers, not like palettes or anything like that. My second favorite bronzer, and it used to be my first, like my all-time favorite, but now it's my second, or it kind of comes close to my first, but Becca takes over. Anyway, it is the Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. This is a beautiful bronzer. That is the packaging, and that is the shade there. This is a matte bronzer. Smells like chocolate. I absolutely love this bronzer. It was my favorite bronzer. I love it. I like the Becca one just a tad bit more because it just looks like, it just looks really good on the skin. Like, I can't even tell why. It is never patchy. Like, I love it. And it's a tad darker than the dark chocolate as well. So it just gives a bit more depth. But I still love my Too Faced one. I love it. It is my favorite, and it is beautiful. And this was my first ever bronzer I purchased for my skin. Earlier this year in March. Yeah, I absolutely love it. You can get the Becca bronzer from Sephora, and you can get the Too Faced bronzer from Mecca if you live in Australia. The next product I really like is the Colourpop Pressed Powder Face Bronzer, and this is in the shade Rodeo Drive. This one has a bit of a neutral to red undertone compared to the first 2 bronzers, but it definitely looks beautiful on the skin still. This is very affordable. I think it's around $8 on the Colourpop website, so super affordable, not like the Becca one. Becca one's around $60 and Too Faced one's around the $50 mark. This is like $10, so it is super cheap, super affordable. This is the cheapest bronzer that I own, and I really like it. The shade works on me, and I think there's a darker one as well, which is great. So, and they have heaps of shades. Unfortunately, because Colourpop is online only. It is hard to buy shades, but you know, you just kind of guess out of the like swatches or whatever, and I did, and this works out great. So if you're looking for a bronzer from Colourpop, or if you want an affordable bronzer, I would highly recommend this. And it also comes with a mirror, which is great, and packaging is nice and sleek. All right, the next 4 bronzers are in no particular order. I'm just going to grab it and talk about it. So the first one I have here is the MAC Dark Deep Mineralized Skin Finish. So this one is not a like advertised as a bronzer, but it's a bronzer shade for my skin tone. I was recommended this by a subscriber. This is what it looks like. I do really like it. It's a baked you know, powder. This is what it looks like. The shade is really nice. I really like it. It is a really nice warm tone bronzer. It has a slight sheen to it because it's baked, but it's not like glittery. There's no shimmer. I really like it. I just need to find a right brush to use it. It is more subtle like than the other bronzers. The other bronzers that I showed previously are quite heavy. This is a light bronzer. It's not very heavy on the skin, so I really like it. And yeah, I love MAC, so I really like the bronzer. And it also has a mirror. Good job, brands, for putting mirrors in your products. I love it. So the next product I have here is the La Roche-Posay Toleriane Tint Bronzing Powder. If you guys didn't know, La Roche-Posay has makeup now. I love La Roche-Posay skincare. And I also filmed a video on the makeup a couple months ago. I will leave the link down below. But I tested out these products, and I really liked the bronzer, and I still to the date use it. So this is what it looks like. This one unfortunately doesn't come with a mirror. But anyway, if you've got sensitive skin, if you like hypoallergenic makeup, if you don't have any skin conditions and you like a natural, or not natural, but like more for a sensitive skin, this bronzer is for you. This is what it looks like. They only have one bronzer, and you have like 3 different shades. One like triangle has like a shimmer, one's a dark deep like matte, and one's like a peachy color. Anyway, I mix these together and I apply the bronzer, and it's just beautiful on the skin. It shows up on my skin, which is good. It looks really nice. The color's not off. It just looks beautiful and not very heavy. I really like the bronzer. It is, yeah, just something I really like. Not my all-time favorite, you know, compared to the others. But I do really like it. And like I said, if you have sensitive skin, La Roche-Posay is for you. And the bronzer is really nice. So if you want something from Priceline, I would check this out. Yeah, there's no other bronzers that suit me from Priceline. So, oh my god, guys, speaking of Priceline, I just remembered something. I have 2 more bronzers in my collection that I would like to talk about. So it's not 7, I have 9, and they're both from Model's Own. I just got them out of the collection because I just remembered when I said Priceline. These 2 were sent to me and I tested it out in a video, and I do like one of them. So this is the Sculpt and Glow Matte Bronzing Powder, and this is in the shade Deep Tan 2. So they only have 2 shades. This is a deeper one, and this shows up on my skin. It's really, really nice. So if you're looking for an affordable bronzer from the drugstore, I would highly recommend this. It is a nice shade. It's warm. It's not ashy or neutral. It's a really nice powder. It's pretty new to my collection, and I've been using it. I do like it. I'm like, you know, I'm not going to choose this over my Becca one, but it is a very nice affordable bronzer, and I do use it, but just not as often as like the Becca or the Too Faced one, but I really, really like it. Speaking of Model's Own, they also, I also have the Sculpt and Glow Shimmer Bronzing Powder, and this is in the shade Deep Golden Brown 4. Now, I don't like this. This is what it looks like. It is a shimmery bronzer, but it's way too shimmery for my liking. Like, I don't know if you can see, but it's like quite shimmery. When it's shimmery, it's not glittery, but it's like sheen. But it's like a heavier sheen, so it looks more like a highlighter. just not my kind of thing. I'll probably use it on my body, and that's why I have it, because I do like the formula. I just don't like it on my oily skin because it's super shiny when I get oily. So if you're a person that has dry skin, or you like a bronzer with a sheen, you will really like this Model's Own one. It's just not my favorite because I have oily skin. Alright, last two products. So the next product I have here is the Bobbi Brown bronzing powder, and this is in the shade Deep 4. This is what it looks like. I don't reach for this often because I bought the shade online and it is quite dark. It's really dark for me, so it is like I don't reach for it as often because it kind of shows up red on my skin. I have to use it very carefully because it's red, but the actual formula is really nice. I really like it, and it just looks super smooth on the skin. But the shade is not right, so I need to get a lighter shade, maybe the shade 3, sorry. This is 4, but I do like the powder. It's just the shade is really dark. It comes with a mirror, which I like, and both the Model's Own ones come with mirror too, which is great. So yeah, I love Bobbi Brown products. Her products are amazing. But yeah, I love the bronzer. The shade is not right. And the last product I have here is my most recent purchase, and it is the bronzer on my face today. That is what it looks like, if you like to see what it looks like. This is the Sephora bronzing powder in the shade mykonas, which is 3 Deep. And yeah, so this is the Sephora brand. You can get it from Sephora. This is $25, which is super affordable for Sephora, and I love Sephora products. The quality is great. It comes with a mirror. I love all of this, like except the Roche posay, everything else comes with mirrors, which is amazing. This is what the bronzer shade looks like. It is dark enough for me, which is great, because when I was buying it, I didn't test it out on my face. I was like, oh, I'm not sure it's gonna be dark enough. I really like it. I've used it a couple of times. I really like it. Not going to say my favorite yet because I've only, used it twice. But I really like the shade, and it's matte. It doesn't have a sheen. And this is the only bronzer that's not powdery. It is super smooth, and it doesn't have kickback. Like, I went in my brush really well, and it did not kick back any powder, which I really like. It's smooth as butter. I highly recommend it. I think this is going to make to my December favorites. But yeah, I absolutely love this product, and I highly recommend it. So those were all my bronzers, my single bronzers that I have in my collection. 9 bronzers, the products that I like, that don't like, my favorite. So let me know what your favorite bronzer is. I would love to know. I did have Huda in my collection, and I do like it, but I have to build it up a lot. So Huda by Benefit, one of the cult popular products, I have to build it up a lot to show up on my skin. So I do like it, but I just put that in my kit to use it on lighter skin tones, just because I don't have time to sit there and build up, especially after finding all these other bronzers that I have that are a lot more pigmented for my skin tone, that I don't have to spend a lot of time with the other one. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, let me know what your favorite bronzer is. I would love to check it out. If you're my skin tone, please let me know. I am on a hunt for more bronzers. But yeah, that is it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you guys so much for liking my new background. I've been getting some comments saying that you like my background. I wanted to change it up a bit. Wanted to be a bit more colorful. I thought the white one was getting a bit dull for some reason, and I wasn't like motivated. So yeah, this colors just make me happy. So yeah, that's that. Hopefully it's not too like distracting or too contrasty to my makeup, but I've watched some of the footage in my previous videos and it looks fine. So yeah, anyways, I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Thanks so much for watching.